Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Look, I'm not going to shout today. ABNGs, today is the day that you guys will be the ones to gas me. You need to gas me up today because I don't know where my energy went to. I don't know where it left off. But I'm not feeling myself. I'm not feeling it today. I just want to chill, relax, lie down. There's something about the weather that is just dragging me. It's just dragging my edges. So if you don't know, in Lagos, Nigeria, it's been very, very cool, very windy, rainy too. I mean, the rain comes out like unbeknown to us. We haven't seen the sun in a while. And I hear that it's the same in London. I think that all the countries in the same latitude are facing the same issue because it's meant to be summer in the UK, but it's really rainy and windy. Same here in Lagos. I think that weather patterns have started changing, and actually sometimes the weather affects my energy levels or my health, you know. But anyways, it's okay. Enough about me. Let's go straight into it today, and welcome back. Look, I've been away. We haven't put out a video in a while because I was on break. Okay, I was on break, and that's fine. Soon you guys are going to be seeing someone else coming to tell you the news, like talk to you about what's happening and the gist. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I want to get into like skits and all of those things and put out other content on Akah Bants, and it's going to be changing from Akah Bants to Akah Bants TV. Yes. I'm sure you guys are going to like it. You're going to like my skits. You're going to like the little dramas that I do. I've been thinking about it for a while, so soon, hopefully, we can put that into. But when you see somebody in front of the screen, in front of your screen, gisting you, just accept it. It goes with my heart. Now my love to my love letter, my gift to you guys. Yeah, today is a special day because the news today is all about good news. I love good news. I mean, like, it didn't start out as the most fantastic bed of roses of a story, but it certainly ends well. So today is Motivation Tuesday because, you know, this story I'm about to share will inspire you. Anyways, first off, it's about the ultimate fighting champion, the mixed martial arts fighter, Themba Gorimbo. Some of you may have been able to see the news about him online and everything. But first of all, let me give a short intro to who Themba is. Themba is a young man who started his life rough in a little village in Zimbabwe. He lost his mother at age 9 and then lost his father again at age 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 years difference. This little boy was then left to fend for himself, and to do that, he turned to Marange diamond fields to illegally mine diamonds. Do you guys remember blood diamonds? How those people used to go and mine the grounds for diamonds, including children. That was the real life reality of this man. Now see, you guys, to do this kind of hustle, it takes a lot of pain, a lot of guts, because it's only hunger, pain, and that's innate base level of human instincts for survival that makes you able to do that kind of thing. Like, some people, they'll just lay on the ground and say, let his life just kill me, finish, I'm going. But like, to do that kind of thing, you have to have a certain kind of resolve and spirit and courage in you. Because we've seen a bit of documentaries and we've all maybe watched movies and we've seen a bit of that life and how people who are employed in those mines to come and dig out diamonds go through the craziest and walk through the hardest conditions. It's not an easy job. And for a 13-year-old boy or 16 to be doing it illegally, I throw away hand, but that's just to show you again the level of suffering that people are going through in African nations. And where are these diamonds going to? Haha, you guess right. To the abroad, or the necks of the kings and the queens and the wives of the men on Wall Street. That's where it's ending. Anyways, as he was continuing to do this job, things got harder. I mean, things were going okay. Now, I wouldn't say things were going well because it was never well. He was surviving until he was then caught because every day for the thief, one day for the hornet. You understand? I don't understand how he's illegally mining, because if the government were doing things in the right way, there wouldn't be people illegally mining like diamonds. Children will not be there. But of course, it's because Zimbabwe. I mean, you guys have seen the documentary of how Zimbabwe sells gold and diamonds and all of those things, right? And how the political elite and religious elite are the ones benefiting from it. You've seen it online. I can put the link down in the description box. A full-on Al Jazeera documentary on this has gone on with real-life pastors like your faves, those ones that give prophecy online and just, you know, do all sorts and manners of things, flaunt their cars and all of those things. You can see that the wealth is not from God. Angels didn't drop in their account. They're all doing shady things to get money and be in power. I don't understand how a pastor, man of God, is saying that a president who was elected into office, who ousted a president before him because that one stayed longer than he was meant to, abused office. Now this guy goes into power, and then this man of God is saying that that guy will stay on that presidency till he dies, only because he's benefiting from it. Anyways, it doesn't matter whether what you're stealing is as hard as diamond mining or as soft as stealing bread. When you are caught, you are caught. Yes, illegal is illegal. But again, I'm just like, this guy, do you think he was doing illegal things because he wanted to be illegal or do illegal things, or because he wanted to, at his age, just go and start going through that kind of hardship, mining diamonds? Come on, man. Working in the mines? No, he was trying to survive. Anyway, they caught Themba, and guess what the policemen did? They did not catch him and handcuff him or read him his rights before they took him to the cell. No, they just released dogs on him. See, the deliverance that Africa needs is God that can help us. You use dogs to pursue a child? You release dogs on a child? Thankfully, he survived, but of course, he had scars, had plenty of them, but he was able to survive. After that, Themba said, this can't stop me, I'm not gonna die of hunger, I must make it, and he continued to hustle. Not so long after then, a severe famine hit Zimbabwe, which caused serious famine and hunger, and he decided to, move to South Africa through land borders, and yes, of course, it was illegal. He doesn't have passport. He was only 18 when he did this, and he didn't have money to, get a passport or get an identity. So, anyways, he was arrested by the South African police, but there were no dogs this time. Thank God, South Africa police is different from Zimbabwe police. Only that he was put in a cell and then deported back to Zimbabwe, which is okay, which is rightful. Like, South Africa can say we don't want anybody of this trash in our country. He said he won't give up. He tried again to go back to South Africa. It was not the police he met. He was attacked by criminals, and out of shock he fainted. My guy fainted because when you have criminals stealing from abject poor, that's a whole new level. Like, anyway, that is how God saved him. The criminals he left there and continued chasing other immigrants. When he woke up, he was like, he don't do. Only me. All this was Allah. He wanted to report himself to the police so he could be deported, because he had come too far to go back by himself. He would have died because of course, there was no water, no food. How will he reach back where he's going to die on the road? Anyways, he said, let him go and report himself. Master Jesus intervened. A fellow illegal immigrant, a colleague in illegal squatting, encouraged him to still pursue the South African dream, and that's how they shall enter South Africa. See guys, I'm not rooting for bad behavior, bad things, doing illegal things, but I've seen how God has been merciful to people even in them doing wrong. Because how was it that this was the time he was going to give up, and then suddenly, somehow, he was able to enter South Africa? He would have gone back to Zimbabwe. Who would he have been? What if his courage and guts would have then been channeled into doing really bad things, so much so that he will now become like a kingpin of the people that are in the mines, and then he will now be accepting the same thing on other children? Like, who knows? But anyways, he was able to get into South Africa, and what did he start doing? He started giving out flyers, distributing flyers for small brands, and he was earning 20 rands a day so he could feed. That's real living from hand to mouth, and a lot of people are doing that in Nigeria, selling pure water here and there just so that they can eat for that day. 1 square meal. That's serious. Plus, does that mean that those people that give flyers in Nigeria are getting paid? Like all those people that put flyer in your car? It happens only in South Africa. I'm surprised. Giving out flyers and getting paid? Wow. Now, if you know about this business, tell me about it in the comments. Let's learn something new. Be cool. How much do you think they pay them, especially in Lagos? I want to know. Anyways, thankfully, he was able to get enough money and connected with his family members and cousins in South Africa who he started living with. Now, along the line, he found mixed martial arts, and that was it. He fell in love, and from the local level, Themba started walking, climbing up. Then Themba entered ultimate level, so to the point that he traveled to America to fight. Before the fight, he had only $7 to his name, and he was sleeping in the gym. After he had the fight and won, the ultimate level, he now auctioned his kits. Usually they give them kit like, jersey and all of those things. Well, he auctioned his kit for like $7,000. That's plus face towel and all of those things. Guess what this guy did with this money? He went back to his village and built a borehole for the people, gave them clean water. Now, Themba could have used this money to get a place. Themba could have used this money to just making his life better in the US. But this guy took that $7,000 and built a borehole in his village. Themba. So this guy goes on Twitter later, like recently, this week, and shares on Twitter how he had $7 in his account. And then after the fight, he got $7,000 and all of those things. But that story caught the eye of Dwayne Johnson, which is The Rock. This is such a heroic act because having come from such difficulty and still being able to give back without waiting to be a billionaire is praiseworthy. Anyways, going back to Dwayne Johnson saw the tweet and then quoted the tweet while reposting it and said he remembers when he was at that same place in his life, when he had that exact same money, $7 in his account, and was just like, bro, I see you and I'm gonna reach out. Woo! Who no go one give am? Man is real inspiration, because At this point, I'm sure people were just like, we need to give into this man's coffers. It's not about when you have the millions in your account before you can make impact. And it's not until you have a good past or upbringing before you can pull others up. Because some people have used negative experiences in the past and trauma to become evil people or to become worse or exert the same thing they went through on others. But this guy, Themba, says, no, I'm not going to do this. To be honest, this was inspirational. If I could find a way to donate it to the guy life, I would donate. But anyways, The Rock finally reaches out, I'm sure, to the gym place in the US, tells them that he's coming, and then there's a video of somebody who is interviewing Themba, and Themba is talking without knowing that The Rock is at his back. And anyways, check it out.
I just feel like, it's the life we live, man. Oh my God.
Look at those pictures over there, isn't that cool?
So like Sadio Mane. It's my family. Oh my God.
So hey, I wanted to bring you here. Great? So Themba, I don't know anybody who lives here. I wanted to come here. I wanted to bring you here. I wanted to look you in the eye, and I wanted to tell you, welcome home.
Oh my God, thank you.
Honestly, guys, we can start doing stuff to transform our little corners and make the world a better place. I felt so emotional. A tear came into my eye when I saw that part where he actually just hugged The Rock. Before the house, just the fact that he was, did you see his eyes? Did you see how light came into his eyes? How he was looking at this guy and he was just like, I'm going to be a champion, man. I'm going to be a champion for you. Like, The Rock already inspired this guy enough from tweeting about him. But then coming physically, whew. When he later got the house, I don't even think that house was more important to him than him just being able to hold Dwayne Johnson. Like, him just being able to hug Dwayne. Do you see how he's hugged Dwayne Johnson? How he dug his head on his chest, in his neck, like tears. I was just like holding myself. Thank God I was in the room alone, not a grown man, father, bawling in front of his wife. It was so touching. Shout out to Themba Gorimbo. And one of the things that also really touched me again, he said, I've been saving for a place because this man has been living in the gym since he got into the US. He just begged for one room and they gave him a small space. This guy says that he had been, saving for his place, and that money he's going to use it to build another borehole for his people. For his resilience. It's not easy to have overcome that much and still be smiling. This guy is living a joyful life because he chooses to be happy. Look, Themba, you're a true hero. Africa is rooting for you, brother. And I just want to say you that me and the ABNGs love you so much. You guys check out his, page, and please let's send out a prayer for Themba and his family. And hopefully, I believe that, like The Rock said, that he will be able to reunite with his family and bring them over, to the USA. So let's just send love and light, send a prayer for him. And I know, some of you might be looking at, okay, how does this concern us, or how do I bring it home? Let me bring it home. First of all, you have to know that there are people out there who will do anything or give anything to be in your position. Number two, I don't care how dark the night is. I don't care the tunnel that you are crawling in. You are going to come out of the other side. You're going to come out stronger. You're going to come out standing, and you're going to see the light again. Because weeping may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Number three, I don't know the voices that may be speaking to you in your mind or in your head and telling you, give up. Some voices may be actually telling you that it's too hard and there's no way you can come out of it. Lies of the devil can be speaking to you in your mind and telling you to end your life. I know that there's some people who are in such a state of depression and in such a state of calumny and, penury, that all they can hear is the voice of the enemy telling them to end their life. Literally people having suicidal thoughts. That is not you. It's not God. And it's not God's will for you. God can turn your life around and change your situation in a moment. Don't give up, because it gets darkest before the light breaks. So I want you to encourage yourself, and I want you to pick yourself up again and just not give up. I'm sorry to use the example, but it's the best example I can use. Jay-Z was in a room with Warren Buffett and a couple of white billionaires. And all of them were talking about how they made it and how they did this and how they invested and how they did and that and how they did this at the right time. And they asked Jay-Z, how did you make it? Jay-Z said, the only thing I did right was not giving up. So you can't afford to give up. Because if you have the seed of God in you, you have what it takes to come out of where you're going through. God doesn't, promise us a bed of roses, but God says that he will be with us in trouble and he will walk with us through the valley. But again, we're going to climb out of that valley and he's going to put us on the mountaintop. All right, my heroes and heroines, that is all for today. Please come and subscribe. Oh yeah, share this video with one person you know needs to hear this. I can get my own 20 rand if you just, hit the notification button or just give us a thumbs up. Anyways, till I come your way next time, my loving ABNGs, stay heroic and to infinity and beyond. Thank you. Peace.